As the raindrops are falling, I can hear your voice calling, calling me back once again. I've been away for too long, but now I'm coming home, back to your loving arms again. I miss the countryside so fair, and the good folk that live there. I've missed your tender kisses and your smile. Now I'm not too far away, I'm coming home today, and soon my feet will touch my native soil. And we'll do all the old things that we've always done, dancing, romancing together as one. Home is where the heart is, and my heart's with you. No matter where I travel, I'm coming home to you. The taxi cab is waiting as I step down off the plane, 'cause I won't wait to catch the morning train. For now I'm returning where the home fire's always burning, to the one I love who's waiting there for me. And we'll do all the old things that we've always done, dancing, romancing together as one. Home is where the heart is, and my heart's with you. No matter where I travel, I'm coming home to you. Home is where the heart is, and my heart's with you. No matter where I travel, I'm coming home to you.
Hello, everybody. This is, as much as I'm prepared, I'm again unprepared. Hi, everyone. Welcome to the radio show. This is your fill-in host, Sheila Maloney. So good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. We invite you to 2 hours of Irish music, news, and announcements on Detroit Irish Radio at 𝐶RBradio.com. The call-in number is 313-942-0159 for those of you who have requests and news to share. The show can also be heard on the Gaelic League of Detroit.org website, where you will find the CRB logo, or CRBradio.com Studio 2. You can listen to the show as it is being broadcast from the links, or click on the archive titles and listen to previous shows. Also become a friend of Detroit Irish Radio on Facebook and listen to the shows after they air anytime. So for those of you who do not know me, I have filled in, because we have new listeners via the new website, new radio show. I have filled in for Kathleen before, but I am the type of person who does most things very spontaneously, and I've been forced to write things down this time. So I'm sure it's going to still be full of ups and downs. So I am filling in for Kathleen today, because about to start in the hall is the United Irish Societies presents the Jim Dewan Memorial Scholarship Program. The scholarship awards will be presented today at this luncheon, which starts at 1:30, officially starts at 1:30, but the crowd is coming in. And as people have said, it's pretty fancy looking in the hall right now. So there will be special guest Eileen Newell, entertainment by Inish Kyo, and featuring the artistry of Peggy Spilker, which I've seen almost all these people walking around but didn't get to talk to. So again, if you can, I think it's too late for you to make it down today, but tickets were $40 in advance sales only, so it is kind of late, but just to let you know that this is what's going on today. You are always welcome to come to the Gaelic League, and the bar area is open, and you can come talk to me if you want to, if you have any news to share. We accept news on the spot like that as well. So the first song we heard was Home is Where the Heart Is by Daniel O'Donnell. And we're going to go into another song now. We're going to be listening to Four Country Roads by Big Tom.
Just that.
Just that. Just one. My anchor here, Bruce, has told me he gets nervous. And I said, but you're my anchor. You can't do this to me.
I have to get nervous. I'm sorry.
See, all the big performers always say that they get nervous going on stage. So, and then you just kind of chill out after that. So, yeah, so the next thing is just basically, I know Kathleen loves to theme her shows, and while I don't have a theme, there is a lot of Dublin going on here. But we are going to hear Fire Country Roads, which is not...
Four country roads winding to a town in County Galway. Four country roads leading to the friends I left behind. Four dusty roads winding to the town of 𝐿𝐴𝐷𝐼. Four dusty roads forever in the caverns of my mind. Once in a while I hear the sound of music in the winter night. I see now and then the trees where we sheltered from the rain. And once in a while I see us walking home in the morning light. And after the time I long to see my hometown once again. Byways to my heart. One country road led me to the schoolhouse by the meadow, and one country road to the churchyard where my mum and daddy lie. One dusty road where I strolled with a loved one in the shadow, and one dusty road that led me on my journey far away. Four roads from 𝐿𝐴𝐷𝐼, four roads that drift apart, four roads to 𝐿𝐴𝐷𝐼 are the four dusty byways to my heart. Byways to my heart, the four country highways to my heart.
All right, everybody, again, that was Four Country Roads by Big Tom. I would just like to say, too, this is a new experience for me. So I'm used to the old radio station where I could bring in CDs, and since we do them live, it's not an option. And I put Bruce through a lot of work the last 24 hours because I had some other stuff going on that I didn't realize was going on when I told Kathleen I'd do the show today. So it's a learning experience for me. Also, my daughter Aoife is here.
Thank you, Aoife.
She is observing for one day to be able to, hopefully, maybe her and I could learn from Bruce. So she's observing today.
Well, she's playing DJ on the Bluetooth. She's handling our phone music.
She is, she's our backup. So she's thrust into a job that I don't even know what we're doing. So she didn't even know she was.
I have no idea what we're doing.
So also I want to warn people to get your calendar out because Kathleen gave me a lot of information, which I appreciate very much, but it's not necessarily in chronological order. So I'm going to be giving it to you possibly out of order. So you might want to write this down before. To keep it going. So get your calendar ready or get your notebook ready and for information that I have. I would also like to mention the several Irish radio shows that are on Cave Radio, as they call the Green Wave of Cave. It starts out on Friday nights, the Friday Night Falcha from 4 to 7, and that is hosted by Bobby Brooks. Also, there's the Emerald Isle Express on Saturdays from 1 to 4. That is hosted by Matt O'Donnell. On Sunday mornings, you can start your day with the Rebel Rooster Show, and that is from 10 a.m. to noon, and that's hosted by Johnny Costello, or Costello, depends on where you're at, I guess. And then, of course, we have the man who started it all, the Irish Music Cafe, which is on Mondays from 4 to 6, with our local host, Pat Johnson. He got this cave wave going, so he's the tsunami who got these waves going. Competition's good, Aoife. Competition is good.
It is good, but they're not on the same time that we are. So
no, and so it's a different.
We play better music.
Different style. Ooh, he just threw it down. Now there's really competition.
No, that's
he
not
just
true.
threw it down.
I love the music that they're playing.
Exactly.
I listen, so.
Exactly, and it gives you different ideas, so different, and it's the different types of music that people like to play, and then you'll find the one that fits best in your lifestyle. So that's always really good. I know myself, like I'm a mail carrier, so I walk the streets of Redford, and I put on Pat Johnson, and he reminds people that I'm out walking the streets of Redford. So, anywho, we do thank Pat for that, even though he's just complicated my life. Okay. We'll talk about that another time. Okay, so we're going to go into a couple more songs now, and like that, when I was picking out my songs, Kathleen loves to theme things, and my theme is Sheila's favorite songs a lot of times, or just Sheila's favorite songs. But I try to do what I think people. I know that we have a vast listening audience, and everybody likes a different genre and a different time. But something that everybody always tells me, it seems like all different ages, always says, play the Clancy Brothers. So I went back in time, and I got out Roddy McCorley. And actually, my friends in Ireland, the O'Boyle family, they live in Tombridge, so it goes out to them if they're listening. And we're going to hear Roddy McCorley by the Clancy Brothers and Tommy Makem, and then we're going to go into Four Green Fields by the High Kings.
Oh, see the fleet-foot hosts of men who speed with faces wan, from Farnstead and from Fisher's Cut, along the banks of Bann. They come with vengeance in their eyes, too late are they. Our young Roddy McCorley goes to die at the bridge of Toom today. On the narrow street he stepped, smiling, proud and young. About the hemp-rope on his neck, the golden ringlets hung. There is never a tear in his blue eyes, but that
I have? Said the fine old woman. What did I have? This proud old woman did say I had 4 green fields, each one was a jewel, but strangers came and tried to take them from me. I had 5 strong sons. They fought to save my jewels. They fought and died. And that was my grief, said she. Long time ago, said the fine old woman. Long time ago, this proud old woman did say there was war and death, plundering and pillage. My children starved by mountain, valley and sea, and their wailing cries, they shook the very heavens. My 4 green fields ran red with their blood, said she. What have I now? Said the fine old woman. What have I now? This proud old woman did say I have 4 green fields. One of them's in bondage in strangers' hands, who tried to take it from me. But my sons have sons as brave as were their fathers. My 4th green field will bloom once again, said she.
Alrighty, welcome back, everybody. I have a guest with me right now, Aileen Purcell, and we were chit-chatting about other stuff and almost forgot to stop the music. That's how it goes around here. Again, that's how I work. I'm more spontaneous, so I tend to forget what I'm doing. And look, that's shiny. I think I'll go pay attention to that. So we might have a lot of that. You know, here's a story, and then all of a sudden I'll be telling you about you know, my favorite color. I don't know, and you know, something happened to me yesterday, and we'll go back to the subject. So, anyways, back to the subject. We have Aileen Purcell here with us this afternoon, and would you like to tell us about today's
Yeah, today is the
event?
Yeah, today is a luncheon we're holding for the Jim Dewan United Irish Society Scholarship Program. So we had our first event last year. This is our 2nd time, and this event this year, we're really, really excited. It was by reservation only. We completely sold out the Gaelic League for this event today. We have over 90 guests we're really excited about. The response this year with our fundraising was incredible. So much so that instead of giving one scholarship, I Hi, Tim. But instead of just having one scholarship, we are now giving out 3. So
Nice.
with the intent of having another scholarship offered in about 4 months from now for a trade school scholarship. So we're it's going to be a great program today. It starts shortly at about 1:30. We're going to have a nice luncheon. We have corned beef and cabbage, shepherd's pie. It's going to be a really a nice affair. So we've got 𝐾𝐞𝐭 playing in the background, and we have a guest artist here today, Peggy Spilker, who's going to be doing Irish artwork that we're going to be raffling
Is she working
off.
on the spot?
Yeah,
Is
she is,
oh,
yeah.
okay. Because I have some of her original works as
Yeah,
well.
yeah,
Yes.
yeah,
Oh,
she's really does a great job. So you can see a lot of her things at the Twisted Shamrock showcase there. So
a few things at my house as well, but we don't call it a museum or anything.
Right. Same with my mom. We call it the Peggy Spilker Gallery at our house. Right. Yeah, so it'll be a nice program. We're really looking forward to it. So.
All right.
Yeah,
So actually, when do you take additions for this for the next one? Are you going to announce when you're going to open that up?
Yes,
And okay, so all that news will be forthcoming.
Correct. Yeah, that's going to
And
be.
then also when you open up for next year, do you roughly have an idea?
It's the same time every year that we do this event. It's always around the Motor City Irish Festival time.
Okay.
So we had last year we announced it at the Motor City Irish Festival. This year we're doing it here at the Gaelic League. So we'll do different venues each year. So that's the intent.
Spread the love. That's good.
And I don't want to be remiss in not mentioning our guest speaker today. We're super excited. Is Eileen Newell. She's going to talk about growing up here in the club and having immigrant parents that instilled that how important education was, and she's going to go through kind of what her career trajectory has been, and we're just really excited. It's going to be a really nice program today.
All right,
So,
yes,
yeah,
of course, Eileen Newell and her
Yeah.
mother, Peggy, from Sligo.
Her
And-
uncle built the club, I think.
well, there's a lot to do with her Uncle Chris.
Yeah.
There's kind of few people heard of him before.
Yeah, so-
The whole Murray family as such, from GERCHIN and County Sligo.
Yep.
Don't have anything particular for them today, but I think we might be playing Patrick Feeney. I'm not sure. So,
Okay.
who's from GERCHIN. So actually, while you're here, I will mention how your father's from Dublin too.
Oh, yes, he is.
Because
Was.
again, I am not. I didn't plan this, but it's coming out a very Dublin show.
You're not biased, are you?
No, not at all. And
Yeah.
for those of you who don't know, yes, I married a Mayo man.
Yeah.
So anywho, where in Dublin was your dad from?
So my father was from Drumcondra, which is the south side of Dublin. So he was one of 11 children, the oldest of 11. So,
Wow.
So there's a lot of Purcells out there.
All right. Well, as again, you just said your dad was, so your dad is deceased. My dad, his anniversary was this week as well.
Right.
My dad was 32 years on May 10th.
Right.
So I am playing Dublin in the Rare Old Times later on
Okay.
because it just makes me think of Dad.
Yeah,
So
right.
we'll be playing that. We'll be playing it for both our dads.
Awesome, thank you. And we have Kevin Murphy's folks out here today, and his dad is from Drumcondra as well.
Right.
Think.
He held the door open for me coming in.
Okay,
He said he was a doorman, and I says, "All right." I said, "Don't you? This show's for you
That's right.
too." And he says he'll be listening to it later on.
Awesome. Yeah.
Yeah.
So, but thank you for having me on, and we'll be sure to keep the program updated with our events. Our
All
upcoming
right. Well,
events.
thank you very much,
Okay,
and
all
thanks for coming and talking to us and
All right, my pleasure.
explaining it a little bit to us.
All right, my pleasure. Thank you.
Thank you. So I see Bruce is telling me we have some messages here. I'm just not that fast on it, and we got some Facebook hellos from Stacy Skenador.
Skenador or Skenadori. She
Stacey,
listens every week. She's from Illinois.
Oh, very nice.
Yeah.
Very nice. Maybe you could tell us how to pronounce your name just so we don't murder it.
Yeah, please.
We don't really want to. Bill Schutte, also from Mark
Schulte.
Schulte?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
I thought that was like the politician.
No, it
Name.
would be 2 T's.
Oh.
It is a small print, and it's Alt.
And I'm not good with names.
Schulte, yeah.
So there you go. And then we got Mark Hurley, and we also have I've got a hello for Aoife from Mary B. Mary Bongiorno.
Mary's always listening in.
And she sent her love to Aoife. Everybody else, forget you. She sent her love to Aoife.
Yeah, forget me, forget you.
Yeah, okay. So Kathleen Finley wants to say hi, but
Come
she
talk
doesn't
to
want to
us.
say hi on the Stop it, stop it. She's giving me hand signals.
Would you?
The pub quiz.
Come on, yeah, join us, join us.
I was just going to say that there were a few messages upstairs asking about today's pub quiz, and we know it's been postponed to September. So if you want to let everybody know to check the website, because it's well attended, and we're done for the summer.
Yes. I even kind of forgot about that. So see, thanks. That's the kind of stuff I need. I need these memories. I need someone to tell me what's going on. But would you like us to, could you clarify what's the hours for Memorial Weekend?
We will be closed Memorial Day weekend.
Okay.
Friday, Saturday, Sunday.
Okay. That's what we wanted to make sure. We didn't want to tell anybody to come down.
Yes.
So we want them to tell them to go camping or barbecuing or
Correct.
something. But
And remember us the rest of the summer.
yes. And so all plans are to be open, but again, check the website,
Correct.
which is really all of us are drawn of like that's the Gaelic League of Detroit.
Gaelic League of Detroit.org.
Yes. Okay.
Thank you. And we do have the play next Sunday.
Yes,
the 22nd.
that's in the notes. That one's coming up as well.
Right.
Yep.
Right.
So, so that's another reason why, technically it should have been today. Pub quiz should have been today. It is the third Sunday, and we usually go back a week, but then there's a play. And then if we went back another week, it was Memorial Day, and nobody would come because, as we just stated, they'd be barbecuing or what have you. So we've just decided that April had to be our last one until September, and typically clear your third Sunday of the month.
Right.
Typically keep that clear, but again, we don't like to compete with any other function, and therefore we do move on occasion, but for the most part, we stick to that third Sunday of the month.
Correct.
So, check the calendar. Always check the calendar.
And we do update that prior to the next month. So we should have that. June will be updated in the next week or so.
All right.
Thank you.
Thank you for stopping by as well.
Thank you.
Okay, so with that, we will jump into some more music, and let's see where we're at now on the music. We did that.
No.
Our next one is
James Connolly.
Yes, the next one is going to be James Connolly, and then we're going to go into also Joe McDonald because it was the anniversary of the execution of James Connolly, I believe, this week as well. And it was also this month of May is the anniversary of a lot of the hunger strikers passed away as well. And just the song Joe McDonald is just one that always sticks in my head. I did think of playing maybe some Bobby Sands writing Take Me Back Home in Derry, but I came up with Joe McDonald instead. So the thing about James Connolly, as I mentioned the Mayo man I'm married to, he told me, you better play the poem. And so I'm doing this because I listen to what he tells me, even though he tells me I don't listen to him. So James Connolly, poem and all, and then we're going into Joe McDonald.
We continue our tribute to the great men and leaders of 1916. We'd like to remember the working class hero of Ireland. We'd like to remember a man called James Connolly. The man was all shot through that came today into the barrack square. And the soldier I am not proud to say we killed him there. They brought him from the prison hospital. And to see him in that chair, I swear his smile would far more quickly call a man to prayer. Maybe I don't understand this thing that makes these rebels die. Yet all men love freedom and the spring clear in the sky. I wouldn't do this deed again for all that I hold by as I gaze down my rifle at his breast. But then a soldier I. They say he was different, kindly too apart from all the rest, a lover of the poor, his wounds ill-dressed. He faces like a man who knew a greater pain than blows or bullets ere the world began. Died he in vain? Ready, present! And him just smiling. Christ, I felt my rifle shake. His wounds all open, and around his chair a pool of blood. I swear his lips said, fire. Before my rifle shot that cursed lead. And I was picked to kill a man like that. James Connolly.
A great crowd had gathered outside of Kilmainham, their heads all uncovered, they knelt to the ground. For inside that grim prison lay a brave Irish soldier, his life for his country about to lay down. He went to his death like a true son of Ireland. The firing party he bravely did face. Then the order rang out, present arms on fire. James Connolly fell into a ready-made grave. The black flag was hoisted, the cruel deed was over. Gone was the man who loved Ireland so well. There was many a sad heart in Dublin that morning when they murdered James Connolly, the Irish were bound. God's curse on New England, you cruel-hearted monster. Your deeds, they would shame all the devils in hell. There are no flowers blooming, but the shamrock is growing on the grave of James Connolly, the Irish were bound. The forecourts at Dublin, the English bombarded, the spirit of freedom they tried hard to quell. But above all the din rose the cry of surrender. 'Twas the voice of James Connolly, the Irish were bound. James Connolly there in song and in story. Thank you.
And we're going to continue on with a song which dates back to an event that happened in 1981. In H Block cages along Kesh, the hunger strikes. It's a song by a young man called Volunteer Joe McDonald who gave his life. Oh, my name is Joe McDonald. From Belfast town I came, a city I will never see again. For it's in the town of Belfast I spent many happy days. I love that town in oh so many ways. And it was there I spent my childhood and found for me a wife. I then set out to make for her a life. Ah, but all my young ambitions met with bitterness and hate. I soon found myself inside a prison gate. And you dare to call me a terrorist, while you look down your guns. When I think of all the deeds that you have done, you've plundered many nations, divided many lands. You have terrorized my people. You rule with an iron hand, and you brought this reign of terror to my land. Through those many months, internments in the Maidstone and the maze, they thought about my land throughout those days. Why my country was divided, why I was now in jail, imprisoned without a crime or without a trial. And although I love my country, I am not a better man. I've seen cruelty and injustice at first hand. So then, one fateful morning, I shook both freedom's hands. For right or wrong, I tried to free my land. And you dare to call me a terrorist while you look down your gun. When I think of all the deeds that you have done, you have plundered many nations, divided many lands. You have terrorized my people. You rule with an iron hand, and you brought this reign of terror to my land. One cold October's morning, I was trapped in a lion's den. I found myself imprisoned once again. I was committed to the H blocks for 14 years or more. On the blankets, the conditions, they were poor. Then a hunger strike began to commence for the dignity of man. But it seems to me that no one gave a damn. But now I am a saddened man. I've watched my comrades die. If only people cared or wondered why. And you dare to call me a terrorist while you look down your gun. When I think of all the deeds that you have done, you have plundered many nations, divided many lands. You have terrorized my people. You rule with an iron hand, and you brought this reign of terror to my land. May God shine on you, Bobby Sands, for the courage that you have shown. May your glory and your faith be widely known. And brave Francis and Ray McCreesh, who died unselfishly, and Patsy O'Hara, and next in line that's me. And to those who lie behind me, may your courage be the same. And I pray to God our lives were not in vain. Long, sad and bitter was the year of 1981. All is not lost, and it's still going to be one.
Alrighty, welcome back, everybody. We're just hearing that they're about to start some of the program in the hall right now. I heard them mention to people to take their seats. So a lot of stuff's going on as we speak. Also, do you want to mention, since Kathleen came up, Kathleen Finley, got to be careful on your Kathleens here. You say Kathleen and half the place turns around. But Kathleen Finley reminded us that next week there is a play here, and it's called Mrs. Kelly's Journey Home. It's a story written with heart, humor, and dementia. Next Sunday, the Emerald Building Campaign Committee will host a fundraiser for the Gaelic League Irish American Club. There will be opportunities for you to support the club by volunteering your time and participating in activities of the day. Okay, so basically what they're going to do, they're going to have this play next week. You can meet or reunite with Brita Kelly Miller, the author, playwright, producer, performer, and more. There's more? Sounds like the Ginsu knife, but wait, there's more. She does it all. So many may remember Brita and her family as she was the 1976 UIS Maid of Erin and an Irish step dancer at the Gaelic League as a child. In this original performance, Brita plays the roles of herself, her mother, her father, and her neighbor. Directed by Brian Cox, the play tells the story of a woman's journey from Ireland to America. The play is filled with humor and ordinary life experience, leaves one to appreciate the impact of immigrants and caring for their aged parents. So again, next week, part of the itinerary is that Kathleen and Bruce will be broadcasting from the lounge, as we are right now as well. Also, there will be 50-50 raffles. There will be a silent auction that they are taking basket donations for this auction. Afterwards, they will be providing 2 meal selections, which would be $10 each, and then the play will commence around 4 p.m. Tickets for the play are $20, and they're available through the bar, or go to GaelicLeagueofDetroit.org. So all that happens next Sunday. I know a few people have seen it when it was performed someplace else and said that it was very, very good, and they highly recommend it. So if you are available next Sunday, not only will you see obviously a brilliant play, but you will also be able to help support the Gaelic League. As Gaelic League has been so near and dear to our hearts for however long we've been alive, because the club has been here for 100 years. So it needs to keep going. Hey, this is what happens when you bring your kid. She starts getting a little lippy back here.
Do you want to be on the mic?
No, because she's going to try to say my age. For those of you who didn't hear, she asked me how long I was alive. Apparently, she thinks I'm 101 too. So the Gaelic League has been around for 101, almost 102 years now, in Detroit. Now again, not just in this building, it had previous places it was at, but we want to continue so that you can have the next generation of smart mouth children, such as I have. So it helps us out again with everything, just like everybody else. The last 2 years have been very harsh. on us, on the Gaelic League financially, so we need to build it back up. But just know that this is a place, and they do all the things to make everybody comfortable in more ways than one.
Your support is so important to the club.
It is, and it's with all this fun stuff that's going on. Like they said, Eileen's going to talk about growing up here as a kid and the things that we used to do, and you know, geez, I could go on for hours about that too. So we don't want to do that.
It's a great place to connect with the community, with everyone who wants to promote Irish culture, dance, music.
And like that.
And the language especially.
That I have never grasped. I know those few words that I'm not supposed to repeat.
I know sláinte.
I can say that too, but
𝐶𝐞𝐭.
but this, some of the other words I was taught were not socially acceptable. So, in mixed company, shall they say. But again, you bring your children. I was here because my parents brought me. And in the building today, my mom is here. Mom's out at the luncheon. I'm here. And then I have my youngest with me. So that's exactly what this place is all about. It's about all the generations and passing it down to your children and having that place to come to and feel comfortable. And, you know, Aoife, she kind of said she'd do this, kind of not, but she's learning today, this board. But also, you know, I mentioned my father. My father, it's one of the first places he came to when he came to the Detroit area. I think my mom told me a story just recently that Dad actually went to the place on Grand River the night it closed, like the day after. It had closed the night before. And he got to the building, and he went up the stairs, and he could look in the window and see the chairs on top of the tables, like the place was closed. It's the night they moved. So he never actually got to be in that one. He was always here. But, you know, my dad is a past president, only 1 year. He said he didn't have enough time to donate to the place, which Dad was always here. Dad did everything. Everything. He did everything here. But he said he didn't have enough time. Shocking. But anyways, enough about me, but that's what the place is, and that's what Eileen's going to be talking about, because not only was it her family, but it was her cousins and everybody, and everybody's been touched. We all know each other some way or another, and we all worked with each other at some way or another. We all like each other, dislike each other in some way or another. But
it's like a family.
It is.
Happens,
that's typical, very much family. So the next thing I think we should talk about, but hey, here's another social thing. Let's talk about that, the Irish Céilí and social dances. The instruction is here at the Gaelic League. It's September through May, so it is going to be wrapping up. But again, I told you to get the calendars out and mark this stuff down. Keep this in mind. Again, I think I saw a thing one time, it was said to learn something new that helps keep your brain fresh, you know, so, you know, it gives you a little bit of exercise. It's, you know, we're saving lives. We do it all. We do it all.
And you keep your mind sharp.
You keep your mind sharp. You get your heart pumping. You know, we got it all. And again, you know, I'm not, if you like your Guinness, there's iron. You get your vitamins. There's more vitamin.
Well, we know Guinness is the perfect beverage.
Yeah, so get that iron, get your blood pumping, get your heart racing. But there is Céilí here at the Gaelic League and also at the AOH. So, you know, the Gaelic League is more central to all parts of town, but the AOH is for the west side, or, well, everybody's welcome, but more convenient for people on the west side. So, I'm talking too much, as I always do. We're going to go into more songs. And so again, most of you do know that Pete St. John has recently passed away at the age of 90, but he wrote a lot of songs that that we all know, but in a way I guess we don't know him, because I was mentioning The Ferryman, which is what we're going to play next. We're going to be playing it by Patsy Watchorn, but I mentioned it today to my husband. I said The Ferryman. He said Christaberg. I said, oh no, I didn't think of playing that one. So we're going to play The Ferryman first, and then we're going to be playing Fields of Athenry by Mary Duff. Both songs written by Pete St. John.
The little boats are come on the breast of Anna Liffey, the ferrymen they're stranded on the quay. Sure, the Dublin docks are dying, a way of life it's gone, and Molly, it was part of you and me. Where the strawberry beds sleep down to the liffey, you kiss away the worries from our brow. I love you well today, and I love you more tomorrow. If you ever loved me, Molly, love me now. Was the only job I knew. It was hard but never lonely. The Liffey Ferry made a man of me. Now it's gone without a whisper, I've forgotten even now. Sure it's over, Molly, over, can't you see? Where the strawberry beds sleep down to the Liffey, you kiss away the worries from my brow. I love you well today, and I love you more tomorrow. If you ever loved me, Molly, love me now. Now I'll tell you hard, I spend me days in talking, hear them whisper Charlie's all the dome. But Molly, we're still living, and darling, we're still young, and that river never loaned me heart and soul. Where the strawberry beds sleep down to the Liffey, you kiss away the worries from my brow. I love you well today, and I love you more tomorrow. If you ever loved me, Molly, love me now. Where the strawberry beds sleep down to the Liffey, you kiss away the worries from my brow. I love you well today, and I love you more tomorrow. If you ever loved me, Molly, love me now. If you ever loved me, Molly, love me now.
Against the famine and the crown, I rebelled, they cut me down. Now you must raise our child with dignity. Low lie the fields of Athenry, where once we watched the small free birds fly. Our love 𝐿𝙚𝙗𝙗. My lonely harbor wall, she watched the last star falling as the prison ship sailed out against the sky. For she lived in hope and prayed for her love on Botany Bay. It's so lonely round the fields of Athenry. Low lie the fields of Athenry, where once we watched the small free birds fly. Our love was on the wing, we had dreams and songs to sing. Now it's lonely round the fields of Athenry. It's so lonely round the fields of Athenry.
Okay, we're back, and thank you, Stacy. We know you're listening because she sent us how to pronounce her name properly, Skenendor. Hopefully I said it right. But we do appreciate you listening and paying attention because I know it's, I hear you live in Illinois. You guys usually get the weather before we do. I don't know about you. Right here, it's a lovely day right now, and it was supposed to rain most of yesterday and most of today. It did not rain around me, anyways.
No, it didn't
Okay.
rain here.
It rained where my daughter Neve works, though. She was saying it was pouring where she works, and she works in Farmington or something.
Hit and miss storms.
Yeah, and then me, again, I'm a letter carrier. We had a food drive yesterday. I was booking yesterday because I was trying to get done before the downfall because they were talking about hail and all sorts of stuff. Passed right over us. So I got my workout in yesterday. And so, speaking of workouts, other forms of workouts, we just mentioned that there was 𝐶𝐞𝐭 dancing, but it is going to be wrapping up. But we just want to keep this in your heads, and maybe you can plan this stuff for the fall, get some teams together. And I do mean that, teams. I personally have a friend who says, oh, I want to get back into Irish dancing. She took it as a kid. I want to get back into it. I says, okay, let's go to 𝐶𝐞 on Friday nights. Oh, I don't want to commit. Give me some more time. So we have a little, I'm trying to get her. And, if there's a group of us, maybe we'll go. Because my next bit of songs, Anne-Marie, are we listening? She's not listening. Anne-Marie McCormick is here as well. And next bit of songs are going...
Anne-Marie, we're talking about you.
We're talking about you. Next bit of songs are going out to you. We're going to play some jiving songs. Anne-Marie and I will get together and try to start jiving. And then we trip over our own 2 feet and we fall on the floor and we laugh. So it's always a good time. But again, we were speaking to the 𝐶𝐞 dancing, and just know that our Dan is a school of Irish dancing. They do step dancing, and they do teach their kids some 𝐶𝐞s as well, because last week when we had a nice get-together for the radio show, we had some of our the kids that came to perform, they joined right in. So, I'm sorry, we're getting a phone call at the moment.
Pardon?
So I want to mention that next Saturday night, Saturday night, our Dan is sponsoring a trivia night, and it is at the AOH, and you can get tickets from, let me see where this one's at. Okay, the trivia night is Saturday the 21st. Doors open at 6 p.m. Trivia starts at 7. There's a cash bar and food available for purchase. There's a 50-50 raffle and answers for sale. Bring plenty of small bills that could be taken more than one way. Yeah. So, anyways, the trivia next week I get to play. We have a team. We've reserved a table. So, actually, we don't have. Let's see. Oh, here we go. There is more. The proceeds go for the Ardan Booster Club Scholarship Fund. If you have questions, you can contact Bridget Hansen at bridgethansen@sbcglobal.net. So I'm going to spell that out for you. BRIDGETHANSON at sbcglobal.net. It's $12 per person, $80 per table if the entire table is purchased together, $15 at the door. So again, get in contact with Bridget. I know we've reserved a table, so everybody else can come for second place. See, there's a lot of throwing down going today. I'm throwing some stuff down. Yeah, I'm throwing some stuff down because I get to play trivia. So we do pretty well. But then again, John Heinzman and his teams sneak up behind us sometimes. So, okay, so I was going to go into those songs because Anne-Marie ran away, because that's what she does. She was afraid I was going to put her live mic in her face, and she ran away from us. But anyways, the next couple songs we're going to play are, like I said, more in the jiving. So if we were just talking about dancing, here's just another form. So we're going to hear Pretty Little Girl from Oma by Sean Cuddy, and then we're going to hear Stop the World by Declan Nerney.
Way up in the north in Old Tyrone, there's a pretty little girl I call my own, the sweetest rose that Ireland's ever grown. And as sure as the moon and stars are above, I'm falling head over heels in love. The pretty little girl from Oma in the county of Tyrone. There's cute little girls in Ostraban, they're just as pretty in Monaghan. This to every roving eye's known. But I guess that I'd be out of bounds, 'cause there between the northern towns, the pretty little girl from Oma in the county of Tyrone. She wears my ring and tells her friends she's going to marry me. But best of all, she tells them all she's happy as can be. Oh, lucky me. Well, I don't know what you've done to me, there's nothing else my eyes can see but the pretty little girl from Oma in the county of Tyrone. 'Twas down in the south in Old Tramore, I recall that yellow dress she wore. You ran along the shore there all alone. I guess it was your lucky day when she went there on a holiday. The pretty little girl from Oma in the county of Tyrone. She wears my ring and tells her friends she's going to marry me. But best of all, she tells them all she's happy as can be. Oh, lucky me. Well, I don't know what you've done to me, there's nothing else my eyes can see but the pretty little girl from Oma in the county of Tyrone. She wears my ring and tells her friends she's going to marry me. But best of all, she tells them all she's happy as can be. Oh, lucky me. Well, I don't know what you've done to me, there's nothing else my eyes can see but the pretty little girl from Oma in the county of Tyrone. That pretty little girl from Oma in the county of Tyrone.
Stop the world and let me off. I'm tired of going round and round. I've played a game of love and lost. Hey, stop the world and let me off. My dreams have shattered, don't you see? That you no longer care for me. I miss the wonder of your kiss.
could you leave me here like this? Hey, stop the world and let me off. I'm tired of going round and round. I've played the game of love and lost. Hey, stop the world and let me off. My dreams have shattered, don't you see? That you no longer care for me. I miss the wonder of your kiss. How could you leave me here like this? Hey, stop the world and let me off. I'm tired of going round and round. And lost. Hey, stop the world and let me. Oh, stop the world and let me off. I'm tired of going round and round. I've played the game of love and lost. Hey, stop the world and let me off. Let me off.
Okay, so as we're changing some songs up as we go. Also, I want to say congratulations to Claire Kelly. She might have just stepped out to take a phone call. We want to say congratulations to Claire Kelly, who recently graduated from college, and she told my mom a little while ago she's taken the nursing exam or whatever. I'm probably using the wrong terms, in a couple weeks. And so we wish her the best of luck, and we expect her to save our lives for free. So that being said, let's see, what else do we have here? We have some birthdays, so let's do some happy talk here. Although, does anybody have a light for me? No? Because this is really hard for me to see. That's the downside of this fire glow we have going here. Okay, let's see. Today's the 15th, so John Devaney, Jessica Drayton, Jim Grobel, David LaPurge, and Ann Sheehan are all celebrating today. Tomorrow, Peggy Devaney is celebrating. On Tuesday, we have Sheila Weslowski. On Wednesday, we have Bill Gunkelman and Liam Shivers. Thursday, Betty Dillon celebrates. Friday, Nora Berry, Grace Sharon. And Saturday, we'll finish out the week with Heather Limas, Maggie Hogue, Eddie Jones, Amy Lofton, and Declan Schlowski. Okay, I'm not good at names, I'm sorry. Don't ever meet me in public. Anywho, so then we're going to go on. We have some anniversaries coming up. And so the anniversaries of the week are Michael and Brianna Georges. Anybody? George Gellis? I'm horrible.
Point it to me.
I need Smith. I need like Smith and Jones. I'm good with those.
Georgelis?
Okay, sorry, but but we love you, Michael and Brianna. We do. Nick and Celia Massa. On Wednesday, Jim and Moira Francesca. Thursday, Jim and Danielle Heaney. Friday, Bruce and Janine Farrell. On Saturday, Bill and Marianne Knight. So May is really a month for weddings, as people are still getting married. I mean, have all these anniversaries, is what I mean. Okay, let's do the next couple songs, because Aoife's all queued up here, I believe.
I'm ready.
Oh, no, this is Bruce's queuing. Okay, so we're going to hear Michael English. Yeah, we're going to hear Michael English singing Laughlin's Bar, and then we're going to hear Walk of Life, which most of you will know it from Dire Straits, but actually somebody sent this video to my husband this week, and so Stephen told me to play it. It kind of has a little bit of a funny video to it, but anyways, it's Walk of Life, and it's by David McGuire.
right. The crowd all dancing with delight down in Laughlin's bar. Jigs and reels were flying past. Give us a waltz if it's not too fast. Sure, I don't think my feet will last down in Laughlin's bar. It's one step, two step, three step, four. All the girls are on the floor, swinging up and swinging back, driving all the outlaws mad. It's one step, two step, three step, four. The crowd were yelling out for more. The place was rocking, what a laugh down in Laughlin's bar. In the corner, Dolly sits, keeps an eye on husband Mick. You can bet your life she won't miss the trick down in Laughlin's bar. And Sally Kelly's at the door, making moves across the floor, legs like hers not seen before down in Laughlin's bar. It's one step, two step, three step, four. All the girls are on the floor, swinging up and swinging back, driving all the outlaws mad. It's one step, two step, three step, four. The crowd were yelling out for more. The place was rocking, what a laugh down in Laughlin's bar. All the boys jump in the air, throwing shit like Fred Astaire. You never know who might be there down in Laughlin's bar. Well, now it's nearly 5 to 4. The guards are knocking on the door. The barman shouts, do you want one more? Down
This is an MSNBC News special report.
swinging up and swinging back, driving all the outlaws mad. It's one step, two step, three step, four. The crowd were yelling out for more. The place was rocking, what a laugh down in Laughlin's bar.
Singing oldies, goldies, you Babalula, baby, what I say. Here comes Johnny singing, I got a woman down in the tunnel trying to make it pay. He got the action, he got the motion, oh yeah, the boy can play. The dedication, devotion, turning all the nighttime into the day. He do a song about a sweet loving woman, he do a song about the knife. He do the walk, he do the walk of life. Yeah, do the walk of life. Here comes Johnny, gonna tell you a story. Hand me down my walking shoes. Here comes Johnny with the power and the glory. Backbeat, the talking blues. He got the action, he got the motion. Oh yeah, the boy can play. A dedication, devotion, turning all the nighttime into the day. You do a song about a sweet loving woman, you do a song about the knife. Then you do the walk, you do the walk of life. Oh yeah, you do the walk of life. Charlie, baby, what I say. Here comes Johnny singing, I got a woman down in the tunnel trying to make me pay. He got the action, he got the motion. Oh yeah, the boy can play. A dedication, devotion, turning all the nighttime into the day. And after all the violence and double talk, you do a song about the trouble and the strife. You do the walk, you do the walk of life. Oh yeah, you do the walk of life.
Okay, again, that was David McGuire. As far as I know, that just came out this past about 9 days ago, from what I can tell. So he's, I guess, somebody else on the Irish country music scene to watch out for. Obviously, he more countrified that one, if that's a word. If not, it is now. Sheila has her own language. So speaking of doing your own thing and changing a genre, making music your own, traditional Irish music sessions happen the first Tuesday, and this is hosted by the Detroit Irish Music Association. The first Tuesday of each month at the Gaelic League, all are welcome to join in and listen. So you can come in. The next one will be June 7th. We just had one about 10 days ago or so. So now the next one will be June 7th, and that's the last date I have. It's probably the last one for the summer. A lot of stuff slows down in the summer, although, as we mentioned earlier, the club is always here and almost always open. So just keep that in mind for your events coming up. Okay, yeah, we're playing with the microphone here. So again, traditional Irish music session is a good way to start playing. It's a good place to pick up from very seasoned musicians who just naturally pick up a instrument and start playing. So it's a good way to learn from people who you admire as well. Also coming up in June here at the Gaelic League, the Irish Cultural Forum is happening. It's on Thursday, June 16th from 6 to 9 p.m. There's a $10 suggested donation at the bar. Food and beverages available for purchase. John Freeman is MC, and Dublin-born talented singer-songwriter Enda Riley will be providing some great music to add to the evening. So the Bloomsday celebration is something that's done the world over. Help me out here because I don't have notes on this. It's done the world over, and they usually recite
portions of the book, yes.
And it's about, here's the trivia coming out in me. Little, oh God, what's his name? Starts with an L. Leopold Bloom, as he does his travels in Dublin, just one day in Dublin. So if that is your thing, it's been celebrated here for years. And so obviously there's a demand for it because they keep having it back. So it is something, if you've never experienced it, something to come and experience.
I highly recommend it because when I first heard about it, I didn't think it was all that interesting, but I attended and discovered that it is a lot of fun.
There you go.
It really is.
There you go. You know what? It's always good to step outside your box every once in a while and try something new.
New experiences.
Yeah. You never know. You think you're not, and just like you think you're gonna enjoy something sometimes, and that's not what it was cooked up to be. So there you go. If you've never done it, there's somebody, words of experience there from somebody who didn't think they'd be interested, tried it anyways, and really enjoyed it. So if that sells it for you, please come out and check that out. Okay, let's see, what else do we have going here? Next Saturday as well, it's a virtual meeting. The Irish Genealogical Society of Michigan, which you can contact them with www.milsgm.org. Please join us when our own Rich Handley will present DNA, Oh, what? I need the light again. Oh my God, this light is horrible over here. Derni's, what is that? Oh, demystified? Okay.
Demystified.
Oh, right. Yeah, okay. Demystified. DNA demystified. I'm really doing this in the seat of the pants here. Part 2, choosing a test and putting your new tools to work. This session will cover how to select the best tests and strengths and weaknesses of each test and how to use your results to further your research aims, including understanding ethnic makeup, finding unknown close relatives, and using advanced tools to keep a deep family tree. Richard received a BS and PhD in chemistry from Wayne State University. His co-founder of 𝐒𝐞𝐭 Inc., and a chemical biotech company in Southfield, Michigan. Now a world-leading supplier of chemiluminescent compounds, really above my pay grade here. Compounds to the medical testing and DNA analysis industries. His career at 𝐒𝐿𝐭 introduced him to methods of analyzing DNA. An avid amateur genealogist for over 30 years, he's an enthusiastic proponent of genetic genealogy. So please come out, check that out. That is, well, you don't have to come out. You can do this from the comfort of your own home. You could, this little commitment involved on this one, but it should be very interesting. I know actually Aoife just mentioned to me the other day about doing those tests, and she says, they say if you're 100% of something, it means you're inbred. So there's that to look forward to. So I think he'd probably have a better, again, above my pay grade. You can, above my pay grade, don't waste your battery there. He'd probably have a better talking over my Aoife's input of saying that you're inbred. So we're going to go back to music because I should stop talking. We do have... let's see what else. We are going to have to mention our sponsors. So how about we look forward to mentioning our sponsors after we listen to these next couple songs of Home to Donegal by Mick Flavin and Lovely Leitrim by Larry Cunningham.
The lights of London are far behind. The thoughts of homeland are crowding my mind. Familiar places come into view. I see my home now. Soon I'll see you. We talk to the old folk, or they're getting on, and treat them to late nights, sing a few songs. We'll talk of the neighbors and life in the town. There's so much to tell them. The days lie around. This is my homeland, the place I was born in. No matter where I go, it's in my soul. My feet may wander 1,000 places, but my heart will lead me back home to my Donegal. And then tomorrow we'll take a walk down to St. Mary's, to a sheltered spot. We'll kneel and pray there for the ones who've gone.
Last night I had a pleasant dream. I woke up with a smile. I dreamt that I was back again in dear old Ďarside. I thought I saw Loch Allen's banks in the valleys down below. It was my lovely Leitrim where the Shannon waters flow. I stood enchanted by the scene of grandeur and light. I headed off for Carrick Town before the dark of night. I passed Sheemore, that fairy hill where flowers wildly grow, and I saw the grave of Finn McCool where the Shannon waters flow. The next I saw was Fena Town with her ancient abbey walls, where the preaching of her holy monks re-echoes through her hall. I stood with reverence on the spot, reluctant for to go. From the town of saints and sages where the Shannon waters flow, I have traveled far through these great lands, from the east unto the west. But of all the islands I have seen, I love my own the best. And if ever I return again, there's one place I will go. It will be to lovely Leitrim where the Shannon waters flow.
And welcome back, everybody. We have a caller on the line. We have Father Brendan. He's going to give us some information. So what would you like to tell us about today? Again, by the way, before we start, I've told people to get their calendars out. So Brendan told me he's going to be mentioning a few things. So pick up that pen and get your calendars ready. All right, Father?
Great to see you. Wonderful to hear from you today, Sheila, and you're putting on a wonderful, wonderful show. It's great to be listening in as well. Unfortunately, I can't be with you all, but I've just finished after watching all the hurling here with one of our priests. So we watched it, live streamed it all the way from Ireland as well, so we could keep up with the Limerick and Clare game and the Cork and the Waterford game and the hurling.
So do you have any quick results for us? Do you have any quick results for us?
Absolutely. Limerick and Clare are going to be in the Munster final because Limerick and Clare was a draw and Cork beat Waterford. So that leaves it then that it has to be a Limerick-Clare Munster final.
Okay. I
So
don't have a horse in that match, but I'm always interested in the hurling. My dad was a hurler, so I always love to pay attention to the hurling. But
oh yeah, well, I think there'll be a couple of good games next week. Tipperary are playing Cork next week, and we'll see what'll happen there. If Tipperary have a big win, they may actually, never know, they may actually be a contender to get into the third place. So it's all open now in the Munster Championship for who's running for third.
Okay.
But the Palatines were doing very well at the moment. We were very, very successful with our Downriver fundraiser. Must extend my thanks to everybody who helped and assisted with the great fundraiser that we had in the Knights of Columbus here. Big shout out and thanks to the Fooies there who were always supporting of us, and to the LAOH members there from there beside you there at the OH hall there because they're fantastic. They came down and they brought baskets for us to raffle off, and it was a great event. And even one of our regular supporters won the first prize. We won't say who, but we'll just say it was well deserved. It was well deserved to a very regular supporter. So thank you to all who supported our last fundraising effort. And as we all know, with Palatines, you don't finish one fundraiser until you start the next.
Exactly.
So our next Exactly. I'm sure the AOH and the LAOH and the Irish groups are the same all over the world.
They are.
And our next fundraiser, of course, is going to be the one that's been best organised by Marty and Brian Dunleavy. Marty and Brian have done wonderful work to organise the golf outing, which is going to be taking place at the Inkster Golf Club. Thank you to Marty for getting a new location for us this year, and later tea time, so it's 9 o'clock is the tea time, so people don't have to be there now until 8 o'clock in the morning, which is a huge upstand. Before we were starting at 7 and people had to be on site at 6 o'clock, and it was too early for everybody. So big thank you to Marty and, of course, to Brian Dunleavy for their great work and support in organising that. It's at the Inkster Valley Golf Club, and that's going to be on, of course, June the 18th, 2022. Unfortunately, I'm at my brother's wedding that week in Ireland, so I won't be able to attend.
You should say fortunately.
Yeah. Fortunately, yeah. Well, unfortunately, I can't attend the celebration.
Right.
My brother's wedding and my niece's baptism to have them few days back at home in Ireland. So it'll be great to be with family, and unfortunately, I have to miss the golf event. But there will be next year for me to join all the wonderful golfers. But that's coming up, as we say, on the 18th of June, and it's going to be a fantastic, fantastic event. And of course, we don't no longer sooner finish that and the fundraising that we're heading into November. And the big November fundraiser, of course, is our big dance in this year. It's, of course, we've moved it to a new location at the hall there on Joy Road. Oh my God, I'm drawing a blank at the name of the hall.
The Hellenic Centre?
The Hellenic Centre, yes, the Hellenic Centre there. We're holding it there in the Hellenic Centre, and it's going to be a fantastic event. And this year it's falling actually on Veterans Day. So Remembrance Day as well for those in Canada, and Veterans Day for here in America. And it's going to be a wonderful occasion. And again, we have Andy Cooney coming all the way in from New York to provide music for us. And of course, we have two wonderful men and women of the year who were chosen. Of course, we have Maureen Roosh, who's going to be Maureen Roosh is our wonderful woman of the year. And then, of course, John Heinzman is our man of the year. So that's going to be a fantastic occasion, a wonderful get-together, a wonderful occasion where everyone is going to have fun and enjoyment and music and dance. And, of course, another chance for someone to win $3,500 in the opening prize as well. So that's all going to be good.
Okay, can I add in there that people might want to get their tickets early because the Moriarty family, Maureen being a Moriarty, is huge.
It is, yes.
We might be fighting for tickets for this one this year. And then John Heinzman being an Irish dancing teacher, that family is huge. So tickets are going to be
massive.
Yeah, we're going to be throwing some elbows in there, getting in to get our tickets in advance. So
absolutely, we will have pre-sale. I would say starting early September. We will have pre-sale in September for those who wish to go. But definitely the Moriarty Root family are going to be filling the hall, and so are going to be the Heinzmans and all the dancers. And then, of course, with God's help, we're going to have all our regular supporters. Of course, the Moriarty and Root family are there on a regular basis as well. They're not just... They're there because they're being honoured because of their wonderful continued support to the Palatines and all we do. So that, I suppose, it's our way of acknowledging the great support of the Irish community to us.
Well, the good thing about the Hellenic Centre, the good thing about the Hellenic Centre is it can expand. It's a big venue. It's a big venue.
Yeah. And they're giving us the whole hall. Everything is going to be ours, the whole hall. They're going to let all three into one for us that night, just so in case they said there was going to be any fear or question about social distancing. Because when we were booking it, we didn't know what social distancing was going to happen. But they said to us that we give you the entire hall. And it'll only be our group that'll be there, and there'll be nobody else coming in on top of us. And of course, Andy Cooney then can set up in the middle, and there'll be music, and there'll be dance, and there'll be decorations, and it'll be a wonderful, wonderful occasion. And I'm sure we're going to do something very special for all our veterans who are there on that night as well, because it's a great day to acknowledge the wonderful veterans who have served our country so valiantly and so bravely over the many years. And there's still many young men and women serving our country. We must always always acknowledge those great men and women and the service that they give to our country, and those not only serving in the military, but of course our police service and our EMSs and everyone who's in service, because, you know, it's so great to all the people who serve.
Exactly. Okay, so with that, I'm sorry, but I just got my kind of a little note to watch our time, because we have so much.
That's all right.
So we have so much more in here. I'm sorry, I don't think I have a Sligo song for you today, but you know.
That's okay.
So okay, you forgive me as long as I got the.
I'll forgive you this time, but don't worry, we'll be listening in and we'll hear the beautiful music you're playing and the great people that are there with you. And, you know, have a wonderful afternoon to you all, and keep up the good works and the good efforts, and may the Lord bless you all and keep you safe now and always, okay?
Thank you, and you as well.
God bless you and take care.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
So again, we just love these phone calls because they always give you something else to think about and talk about, and we have some more Facebooks. Let's see, where are my Facebooks? Yeah, okay. Sorry, the young one here who actually probably calls it old book, don't you? She
I can make
doesn't
bigger.
Doesn't like. I'm not that bad. Okay, so thank you, Maura O'Kennedy, who says hello to everybody at the Gaelic League today from Gertie O'Kennedy. So it's good to hear that they're listening as well. Eileen and Maura are listening from Louisville, Ohio. So it's kind of good, this internet thing. It might just work out. You think?
It's starting to spread.
This internet thing might catch on. This World Wide Web stuff. I hear they're announcing something in the hall at the moment, but Kathleen did come out and give us the winners, and we just mentioned Maureen Root and family. Well, the first place winner is her granddaughter. So we would like to send congratulations to Maeve Spicer. She was our first place. And then second place is Bridget Dowley. I'm so horrible with names. What is it? Dowley?
Dalawi?
Yeah.
Dalawi?
And then Joshua, you're a nice man, but I am going to murder your last name.
Hohenscheid?
Hohenscheid? If you cannot hear Bruce beside me because he's not on the microphone at the moment. So I do apologize, as always, to everybody about the names, but we do, you're being recognized in the hall right now, and we do wish you all congratulations and all sorts of happiness and success in your future plans. You're a credit to your families who helped you in your journey. So, okay, I do want to say good health to our people out here listening, which include Bob Anderson, Sylvia Renee Arrow, Laura Bond, Judy and Tom Buring, Bill Carney, John Couture, Kitty Durbin, Brian Dunleavy, Bruce Farrell, John Finnerty, Bridie Flynn, Ed Foley, Chris Furton, Mary Gold, David Aaron Keem. Aaron was here, so those prayers are working for her. Howard Kelly, Nancy Kelly, Ann Kerwin, Gary Lane, Kathleen LaFleur, Kevin Luxack, Rick McMurray, Richard McNichols, Bridget Murray, Tom O'Halloran, Gertie O'Kennedy, just got a hello from Gertie, Father Dan O'Sullivan, Joe Parsky, Marianne Quinn, Teresa Roddy, she was here last week looking fabulous, Marianne Soloka, Chris Scanlon, Mary Sheehy, Sarah Turner, Lexton Williams, and Joan Wisely. We do wish you all good health, and we're thinking about you all the time. And we hope to see you at some of these events. Obviously, like I said, Teresa Roddy was out last week. Gertie's on Facebook, and Aaron Keem's here. So these good wishes do work, and we hope to see more of you around. We found out there was another congratulations, and I'm putting papers down. Kathleen keeps us much more organized, because I saw her last week and she had it all going on. But we have.
Are you saying that you were unorganized?
No, she didn't say that.
Okay, can we turn all mics off except for mine? But we will like to send congratulations to Joe Milligan and Kate Bryan on their wedding last Friday, May 13th. Hey, They just said, we don't believe any of this crap. We are going out there Friday the 13th, and we are getting married, and we are taking this to the limit. So Kate is the daughter of Bill and Mary Cullen Bryan and sister to Moira, Delia, and Peter. So that family has just been celebrating a lot of weddings lately, so they're just in a happy place. They and Delia was here last week helping out in the kitchen as well. So yeah, so we're gonna play an oldie but a goodie. We're a classic, probably got the Coors on the map. We're gonna hear "Runaway" by the Coors.
There's nothing like me and you. I'm not alone. Tell me you feel it too. And I would run away. I would run away. Yeah, yeah. I would run away. I would run away with you, 'cause I've fallen in love with you. No, never, I'm never gonna stop falling in love with you. Close the door, lay down upon the floor, and by candlelight make love to me through the night, 'cause I have run away. I have run away, yeah, yeah. I have run away, run away. I have run away with you, 'cause I've fallen in love with you. No, never, I'm never gonna stop falling in love with And I would run away. I would run away, yeah, yeah. I would run away. I would run away with you, 'cause I've fallen in love with you. No, never, I'm never gonna stop falling in love with you. Falling in love with you. No, never, I'm never gonna stop falling in love with you.
Don't close your heart to how you feel. Dream, and don't be afraid the dream's not real. Close your eyes, pretend it's just the two of us again. Make believe this moment's here to stay. Touch me the way you used to do. I know tonight could be all I'll have with you. From now on, you'll be with someone else instead of me. So tonight, let's fill this memory. For the last time, hold me now. Don't cry, don't say a word, just hold me now. And I will know though we're apart, we'll always be together, forever in love. What do you say when words are not enough? Time will be kind once we're apart. And your tears will have no place in your heart. I wish I could say how much I'll miss you when you're gone. How my love for you will go on and on. And hold me now, don't cry, don't say a word, just hold me now and try to understand that. I hope at last you found what you've been searching for. And though I won't be there anymore, I will always love you. Don't say a word, just hold me now. And I will know though we're apart, we'll always be together, forever in love. What do you say when words are not enough? What can I say now? My words are not enough.
So the day is coming to an end. I threw in a song there because we actually went to see a movie this week, and it was about ABBA. It was from 1977, but it was at the movies. We went to go see it, and it just made me think of Eurovision Song Contest, so I thought I'd throw in Johnny Logan. And I was just explaining to Bruce how he has won it as a performer twice and as a writer once, so he's probably the most celebrated Eurovision Song Contest winner. So we're going to really have to speed this up the last few minutes to get some stuff done here. So we want to say, we want to keep in mind our memorial sponsors, which we have, how about we'll just say who's it in memory of? We're just going to say that today. James May, Jimmy the Irish Plumber, deceased members of the Fooeys, Peter Roddy, William Bill Carney, Icy Frady, Richard McKnight, John Early, Madge Stockdale and Jim Butler, Mike Westside Red Sullivan, Jim Gibbons. I'm trying not to, there's multiple people have, but then I can't read.
In the center.
Okay. Multiple people have been generously donated in their names, so I'm trying not to repeat everybody is what I'm going for here. Bob Griffin, the Rice and Ryan family, Dan and Mary Irwin, Hughes and Irwin families, Colin Page, Jerry and Phyllis Murphy, Bob and Mairead Page, Patrick and Mary Curran, Jim Dewan, O'Kennedy, Mongaray and Kennedy families, Betty Ryan, Al Purcell, Father Michael Cooney, Column Scotty Prentice, John Heinzman, Bongiorno and Dean families, Thomas and Patricia Quinn, Michael and Rose Quinn, John and Kathleen Moriarty, and the deceased members of the Moriarty family, Frank and Kathleen Dewan, and their siblings, Jim, Mary, Frank, and niece, Becca. Those are just some of the ways that you can help support the show by giving in memorial to somebody's name. And that being said, we're really running out of time here, and there's a couple songs wanted to play. I wanted to play, as we just mentioned, actually, Al Purcell, when we were talking to Aileen earlier today. Her dad was from Dublin, and so was my dad. And my dad's, I don't know if I said this earlier or not, my dad's anniversary was this week, 32 years. And so we're going to play Rare Old Times by the Dubliners. And then we're probably going to go right into Dan McCabe singing Song for Ireland. And because we really don't have any time. If we have any time at the end of this, I'll meet up with you again. But if not, I'd like to say thanks for listening today. As crazy as this day has been, it's been a lot of fun, and I appreciate it. And I don't know if I'll ever be the sucker to volunteer to do this again or not.
Oh, yeah.
But it was a learning experience, and I do appreciate you all for listening, and I appreciate the few people who came over and talked and shared some information, call-ins. Keep it coming. This is the kind of stuff Kathleen loves as well, so please keep it coming. Let's keep it all together so we can have more days like this. Eileen Newell is speaking at the moment about her time kind of growing up here. So we're going to hear, like I said, Rare Old Times by the Dubliners, and then we're going to go into Dan McCabe, Song for Ireland. Thanks, everybody, for listening.
Raised on songs and stories, heroes of renown, the passing tales and glories that once was Dublin town. The hallowed halls and houses, the haunting children's rhymes, that once was part of Dublin in the rare old times. Ring a rosy, as the light declines, I remember Dublin city in the rare old times. Oh, me name it is Sean Dempsey, as Dublin as could be, born hard and late in Pimlico, in a house that ceased to be. By trade I was a cooper, lost out to redundancy, like my house that fell to progress, my trade's a memory. And I courted Peggy Dignam, as pretty as you please, a rogue and a child of Mary, from the rebel liberties. I lost her to a student chap, with skin as black as coal, when he took her off to Birmingham, she took away my soul. Ring a rosy, as the light declines, I'll remember Dublin city in the rare old times. Oh, the years have made me bitter, the gargle dims me brain, 'cause Dublin keeps on changing and nothing seems the same. The pillar and the Met have gone, the Royal long since pulled down, as the grey unyielding concrete makes a city of my town. Ring a rosy, as the light declines, I remember Dublin city in the rare old times. Fare thee well, sweet Anna Liffey, I can no longer stay, and watch the new glass cages that spring up along the quay. My mind's too full of memories, too old to hear new chimes. I'm a part of what was Dublin in the rare old times. Ring-a-ring-a-rosy, as the light declines, I remember Dublin city in the rare old times. Ring-a-ring-a-rosy, as the light declines, I remember Dublin city in the rare old times.
Walking all the day near tall towers and falcons building house, silver-winged fly, they know the call of freedom in their breast. So black-haired against the sky, where twisted rocks they run to the sea, and living on your western shore, I saw summer sunsets, I asked for more. I stood by your Atlantic sea, and I sang a song and drinking all the day in old pubs where fiddlers love to play, and someone touched the bow, he played a reel which seemed so grand and gay. Watch the Galway salmon run like silver dancing, darting in the sun. Living on your western shore, I saw summer sunsets, I asked for more. I stood by your Atlantic sea, and I sang a song for Ireland. Dreaming in the night, I saw a land where no man had to fight. Waking in your dawn, I heard a sighing against the morning sun. Sleeping where the falcon flies, they twist and turn all in your hair blue sky. And living on your western shore, I saw summer sunsets, I asked for more. I stood by your Atlantic sea, and I sang a song for Ireland. I stood by your Atlantic sea, and I sang a song for Ireland.